All right.
Yo, yo, yo.
Coming to you live from Philly. It's the number one rated Paulie Tony Fusco show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco and Tony.
Yo.
Huge and very important show once again today. You know, we have a problem in this country, don't we?
Big problem.
You know, when anyone achieves greatness, people try and tear them down, you know.
Sad.
Well, except for us, of course, because
of
as
course.
you know, we're universally beloved, you know.
Yep.
In fact, when they did our Q rating, which measures our brand marketing power, we were the first people ever to achieve infinity.
Yeah, take that, Oprah and Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, anyway, now that the Eagles are once again champions, people are coming after them, trying to ban the tush push. And we're going to tell you why these people are just such sad, pathetic losers.
Yup.
And Tony, our guest today, he is an Eagles fan, so we got to give him credit for that. At least he's got that going for him.
At least that, exactly.
This guy, he started out as a producer, right? And as we all know, producers should stay behind the camera
and be
because
quiet.
they are uncomfortable, unlikable on-air presence.
Of course.
You know, like our producer back there.
Yeah, look at him.
But
look
now
how unlikable he is.
This guy we got coming on, he's on camera on his own show, and we're going to see if he should really be doing that, because I'm not so sure. Anyway, he's a former Dan Patrick Show producer, now host of Maggie and Perloff on Westwood One. Andrew Perloff will be joining us. You know, by the way, Tony, I just saw the stat that 50% of the people who watched our last show on YouTube were not subscribed. And I've been trying to figure out what is the problem here.
What are you doing?
I think it's that people think they need to pay for the subscription because they're so dumb.
No, you see, it's free. You won't be charged a dime. Yep. Although, if you ask us, we think you should be charged at least $99 per episode for the content.
At least.
But YouTube refuses to respond to our phone calls about fixing their system. So until then, have at it, you cheapos.
Yeah, exactly. So stop being so lazy and just hit
hit the button.
Anyway, all right, let's just get on with the show and get right into our top story.
Top story.
All right, first out the gate, it was reported this week that there's a team trying to ban the tush push. And it was revealed that the team is the Green Bay Packers.
Unbelievable.
Who we not only beat in the playoffs, but beat in Brazil. Which basically invented the tush push.
Exactly.
You know, it was a different type of tush push.
I mean,
you get my point.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You know, Nick Sirianni already called this unfair. He's totally right. This is just pathetic, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah, the Packers look absolutely pathetic here. You can't ban something just because one person or team is really good at it.
Yep.
Like, look at Green Bay, Wisconsin. They're the best at making cheese. Couldn't I argue that it's unfair how good they are at making cheese?
Yep.
Aren't other cheese-making states at a disadvantage?
Yep.
So does that mean that we should just ban Wisconsin from making cheese? Of course not. Case dismissed.
Just terrific legal and also dairy analysis there, Tony. And you know, Bill's coach, Sean McDumbass, he just came out and said he's worried about the tush push because it's unsafe. And, you know, this is just more of a PC anti-injury society we got going on. You know, just because something's quote-unquote, dangerous and potentially fatal.
Come on.
That doesn't mean you ban it, right, Tony?
No, like, look at the guys who invented the airplane, the Righteous Brothers. People told them it was unsafe to invent a plane.
Yep.
Now look, traveling by plane is the safest form of transportation that there is. You know, up until a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I mean, up until a couple of months ago. Yeah,
but
anyway.
before that,
totally safe.
Totally safe.
But you know what also bothers me here, Tony? You know, how come it always seems that whenever one person is so good at doing something, like the tush push, you know, we got to tear them down.
That's just always how it goes.
There's tons of examples from other sports, aren't they?
Yeah, like there's a million of them. Like Barry Bonds.
Maybe not that one, Tony.
Fair.
But
No, you're right.
others,
You're right. Lance Armstrong.
Maybe not that one either. But maybe go Olympics.
No, you're right.
Olympics, maybe. There's got to be.
Yeah, the East German swimming team.
You know what? We don't need to give examples. You know what we're saying. Anyway.
You get it. Exactly.
By the way, here's something I don't understand here totally too, Tony. You'd think that of all the teams that would support something called a tush push, it would be the Packers, if you catch my drift.
Totally.
I mean, it would fit so well with their brand. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and there's other teams too, like the Rams,
Yup.
the Raiders,
Yup.
The Chargers.
The Bucks. You got the Bucks.
There you go, exactly.
The Bears. I mean,
Another
Bears.
one. What about the Cowboys? Because, Brokeback the movie,
Yeah, and then, of course, there's the Browns. Just a perfect fit right there.
Absolutely. The only team that I could think that would really be against the tush push is the Saints. Because, the Catholic religion and all that.
There you go, the religion. Yeah, exactly.
Of
Anyway.
course.
All right, well, we got that out of the way. Let's move to another shocker for most people, not for us, Tony. Skip Bayless. He posted a video. You see this? Where he tosses away his Cowboys jersey and puts on an Eagles jersey.
Yep.
This is many people scratching their heads wondering why he's doing this. Tony, it's so obvious why Skip Bayless is suddenly switching allegiances, isn't it?
Totally. Now that Skip doesn't have a show, he has nobody to debate. So it's clear that he's forced to debate himself.
Yep.
This is a classic psychological behavior called master debating, where a man is home alone, bored, and can only stimulate himself by having sports arguments with himself. Skip Bayless is a classic master debater. I think his next move, instead of going on OnlyFans, he could start a site called Only Sports Fans, where he can do private one-on-one sessions where people watch him master debate things like, is LeBron clutch or not? I wouldn't watch him master debate, but I think there's a lot of depraved Lakers and Cowboys fans who totally would.
I got to admit, Tony, I have no shame in admitting, I think I would watch that. Totally.
Actually, I would watch it too.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's something we're all going to be watching is the NFL Combine. But there's already news, Tony. Former Colorado QB Shedeur Sanders has come out and said he will not work out or throw at the Combine.
Wow.
And this is just such a disgraceful decision, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, the Combine is where NFL scouts get to properly evaluate prospects. If Shedeur Sanders doesn't work out there, then how are these scouts going to know if he's any good or not? By watching film from his 25 or so college games?
Nope.
Or from his 40 or so high school games?
Nope.
Or interviewing his past coaches and trainers?
Nope.
No, of course not. They need to see him in a dome in February, throwing footballs into garbage cans and running around mini orange traffic cones. It's the only way.
Exactly.
Of course.
Anyway, there's some big baseball news, Tony. You see this, the Yankees, they're reversing their long-standing anti-facial hair policy, and now they're going to allow their players to have, quote, well-groomed beards. And, Tony, it's very clear to see what finally led to this change, isn't it?
I went back and analyzed last year's World Series, and not having beards is what clearly cost the Yankees that series. There was no intimidation factor. No wonder Freddie Freeman hit all those home runs. All the Yankees pitchers were so clean-shaven, it was like he was getting to hit against a newborn baby.
Yeah, so true. And, this is why I always said why the Red Sox beat the Yankees in 2004. People say it was because the Yankees were relying on their crappy bullpen.
No.
It was because of the Yankees relying on their shaving gel.
Exactly.
Nobody had shaved more closely since the New Kids on the Block. It was like they just too smooth.
Just a terrible strategy by them.
Tony, there it is. There's that sounder. You know what that means.
Sound.
It's time to get out your Fusco Bet app for Tony's Can't Lose Bet of the Week. Tony, what you got?
Most lame betting sites will only let you bet on court action, but not Fusco Bet. This week, you can bet on the amount of fluid that will be drained from Joel Embiid's right knee. I'll take the over 290 milliliters. That's my lock of the week. Boom!
Download the Fusco Bet app now. Note, do not connect to Fusco Bet over Wi-Fi, as it will be tracked to your phone and you will immediately be arrested. Go into airplane mode, activate Starlink, and place your bet. After placing bets, all phones must be immediately destroyed or winnings will be voided.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on here? This is the part where, I'm supposed to see a phone line lit up. What's going on?
The line's supposed to be lit up. It's not lit up.
There's no one there.
Just like in the seat where you're sitting, right? There's nobody there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
upstairs, there's nobody there.
Did you call him? Try him? What are you doing?
Of course, it's not my fault he didn't show up.
Look, you know what, Tony? You know what's going on here? It's a producer defending a producer. They're
that's
all
what
in
it
their
is.
losers club
Yup,
together.
of course,
Can you call
of
him?
course.
Can you call him right now?
What else do you want me to do?
Kill yourself, but we'll
You know,
get that to another time. I mean,
Your job, maybe?
you know what? Let's just take a break. All right. At least we can earn some money while we wait for this guy to show up wherever he is. All right. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Is our guest there on the line yet?
I would have told you if he was here.
No. Well, I would have told you if you're fired. You're fired.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, what's going on?
Here.
He's
Here.
moving.
He's here.
Okay, patch him through. What are you doing?
You got very lucky there.
Let's go,
didn't
just
you?
patch-
All right,
patch him.
All right, here we go. Let's do it. We'll figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Here. Let's get him on the Fusco satellite network.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, look who decided to finally show up here.
Yeah, good morning.
Where the hell were you?
Guys, I'm so sorry. I was up at 4 a.m. I overslept a little bit in my midday nap.
Oh, just like all your listeners.
Yeah.
What is the one thing you got to be on-air talent? You got to be on time.
On time.
The show starts, you got to be there. This can't be you just show up.
I thought you were going to say
Typical producer
I thought you were
behavior.
going to say awake. You say I have to be awake to be on air.
Well, that too.
That too. I mean,
Yeah.
do we really have to explain all the basics here? All right. Look, you're already producing the show
Yeah.
terribly. Let us handle the
Yeah.
producing, okay? We'll do your intro. We'll take it from the top.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right. I'm going to read your bio here. So here,
Okay.
just in case the people don't know, this guy, all right, editor, writer for Sports Illustrated, right? That's how you started out. Then you became a producer on the Dan Patrick Show, where you were known as McLovin, right? Helped the show earn 4 Sports Emmy nominations from 2017 to 2020. Which, by the way, you wouldn't have gotten if we submitted. Luckily for you,
totally.
our producer is just as useless and forgets to do things like you do, so he didn't submit us. Anyway, he co-hosts now Maggie and Perloff weekdays on Westwood One, which we've established comes on very, very early in the morning.
Yup, we know
All right,
that
here
now.
he is, finally, Andrew Perloff. Welcome
Wait,
to the
I
show.
thought that hosts
welcome.
were allowed to do things like show up late and oversleep. I thought it's the producers, like hosts can do whatever. I'm talent now.
Yeah, no.
This
Maybe the host
explains-
you worked with. No.
Yeah, maybe that's how Dan Patrick does his job, but no. Here we're on time. We do it. We're in
the
and out.
ones on time.
This is your problem. Your show probably opens with like 30 minutes of dead air because you're still in bed sleeping.
Yeah,
Audience
set the
just tunes
alarm.
out. Terrible for ratings.
I set an alarm, but I hit snooze like 5 times.
I hit snooze 5 times. Again, that should be the title for your show. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, can you just officially apologize to us for showing up late before we
Yeah.
move forward?
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I feel like I
yeah,
need to
but-
act like I'm putting myself in Dan Patrick's shoes. Like Dan Patrick, first of all, he always shows up 5 minutes early for everything, but he never apologized. And I think as a host, no, I'm not apologizing.
He's off to a bad start.
You're off
I
to a
gotta
very
say.
bad start here.
It's
Anyway,
going
all right,
from
look,
bad to worse.
You are an
Okay.
Eagles fan, so we'll try and find some common ground there, all right?
Yeah.
You were at the Eagles Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment from the Super Bowl party?
Oh, okay. I was there. I got into the 4th row and I just
Yes.
watched the guys dance, kind of. That's all I really did.
Wow, what a thrilling
Little
story.
bit creepy.
I'll tell you my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite part
What did you
was
guys
the.
do? I had to wake up in 3 hours.
No, my favorite part was the after party, which you clearly weren't invited
weren't
to.
there.
It was just me, Jalen, Nick, Howie, and Tony. We were just high fiving each other for 2 hours straight.
Non-stop.
You weren't there though.
Yeah,
Yep.
that never happened. Because I'll
yeah,
tell
it
you why.
did.
Because where was Dom?
Guarding the door, keep making sure you didn't come in. All right, look,
Yeah.
let's talk about you and your career. All right, you started out on the Dan Patrick Show, right, where you were a producer, right? And you talked a lot on
Yeah,
that show.
Dan.
Now, don't you think that was bad for the audience who tuned in to hear Dan and not you?
This is Dan's idea. Dan said, I want you producers to talk. So it was blame Dan Patrick. Don't yell at me.
No, hold on. We've lost your mic. Now his mic fell asleep.
Yeah. His
We
mic
can't hear
went
you.
snooze.
Did your mic hit the snooze button? What is going on with this show today? This is why you can't. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Does that mic have it has a pull off button?
Yeah.
Just turns off.
Yeah, what kind of a producer or host? He can't plug in a microphone.
You're on.
Oh, here he's back.
There he
You're
is.
back. Can you talk?
The mic woke up.
I muted myself, and because you guys are on the second-rate podcasting tool, I could not.
Oh, we kidding me?
You're a second-rate tool.
First of all, as I was saying, it was Dan's fault that I was on air. I didn't want to go on air, but Dan's like, you're such an interesting person. I got to share you with the world.
No. Now we understand. Dan was like, I got to share you and get you out of here. Go share you with the world. Yeah, get rid of this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Yeah.
You know, by the way, Dan was on the show a few months back, which I'm sure you saw, because, he's so desperate for ratings, he had to come to us. But, we tried to tell him, like, he's so out of touch with the world right now. No hot takes, no bold takes.
Boring.
Don't you think he's just out of touch with this business right now?
Dan Patrick. You sure you had the right Dan Patrick?
Who else is the other Danica Patrick? Is that who we're talking about? The race car driver?
Dan Patrick's takes are amazing. That's you guys.
She's got some hotter takes.
Dan is perfect right now. I listen to all his Super Bowl shows. Did you hear him talking about the Eagles? He was smarter than anybody.
No, I take that as a personal offense, bro.
Whoa.
Okay, so you're telling me that you guys are better than Dan Patrick. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
He literally just woke up, Tony. You have to excuse him. Remember, he's foggy. He must have been asleep for the last 8 years or something.
I would say Dan Patrick's worst take would be the best take you guys have.
Oh, okay.
You kidding me?
Yeah, he hired you. So, I mean, let's see. That's his judgment call right there. Guy doesn't even know how to work a microphone, makes him his producer. And you're telling us this guy's good? All right, hold on. But let's get to that. Why did he fire you? Was it because you kept interrupting and he couldn't take it anymore? Or was it because you just couldn't operate a microphone? What happened? Overslept?
The two things are obviously diametrically opposed. I mean, I couldn't interrupt if I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself. So, no, Dan did not fire me. I don't know where you heard this.
Then why are you off the show? What happened there?
I left for another opportunity.
Well, hold on, that's not true. I read that you couldn't handle the commute.
Yes.
That when you were commuting 2 hours. Yeah, see, we got you, bro. You couldn't handle the commute.
That's how you
the 2 hour commute between Connecticut and Brooklyn. Say you wimped out. You said I can't take it anymore. Is
2 hours each way.
Yeah. So I had a 2 hour commute and I couldn't do it anymore. But picture there in Philadelphia, there isn't even a 2 hour commute. Like, where would you commute for 2 hours? You'd be in New York.
Our listeners say they actually like to take the long road just so they can stay in their car longer and listen to us. They prefer traffic.
The sports talk industry was built on 2 hour commutes. Don't you feel like that's an affront to the listeners?
That's where I learned. That's where I learned about sports talk radio. Yeah, I don't know. You guys you're younger than me. Like, you don't know. Like, I learned from the OGs, from Jody Mack, from Tony Bruno, because I used to commute. You guys have no idea what it's really like.
Are you kidding? We taught those guys.
If you grew up listening to us, you'd be better at your job.
Yeah.
Are you sure you should be in front of a camera? I want to test this and get your takes and see if you really know.
let's see about your takes.
So I'm going to give you some topics, and you give me your take. All right. So first of all, here's people want to ban the tush push, right? Now, you wrote on your Twitter the other day, you actually posted that it's un-American to call for the ban of the tush push. So are you saying that the Packers should be imprisoned or possibly deported for trying to ban this tush push?
All I'm saying is, if ICE is looking for a football team to deport, 2600 Lombardi Way. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, finally.
That was worth it. Maybe you did need the extra sleep. Now your brain's...
Now you're waking up.
He's finally waking up, Tony. He's finally
exactly.
Your producer, edit that out so I can have a career after this podcast.
No, he doesn't know how to operate buttons like you. Both of you are very confused.
Yeah.
And don't worry, you will have a career. You're going to be a cabinet member of the administration. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But you want us to edit this out? You have to have
that was your only good take right there.
Frankly, I'd just like to show this 1 minute, and that's it. But,
Well, let's see if he goes 2 for 2.
All right, here we go. All right, one of the great American traditions in this country, Andrew, is the NFL Combine. Well, Shadur Sanders just said he won't work out in the Combine. So that leads to a two-part question. How un-American is that? And should Shadur Sanders be deported to Canada and be forced to play in the CFL? Your take.
You know what? I'm not. I already regret my first take. I don't appreciate this kind of talk. Saying that Shadur Sanders should.
You don't want to.
You don't appreciate
this
kind of talk?
I don't appreciate it.
What kind of talk do you appreciate?
Yeah,
Well,
that
you wanna do some
comment
real
was
draft analysis?
un-American
You want
right
to do some
there.
real draft analysis?
Yeah, you give us some real draft analysis.
Yeah.
He's not sending Shador Sanders to Canada, to the CFL, even though he'd be great with that extra long end zone.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to send you to?
Guess what?
I'm going to send you into the gutter. Because
Yeah,
guess what,
guess what?
oversleeper?
Guess
Andrew
what?
Perloff, you're pulled off the show.
You're pulled
Get
off
out of
the
here.
show.
I'm going to deport you
You're
to the
tumbling
back
down
of a
the
phone
draft
line.
board.
You're
You're
out
off
of
the
here.
show.
Learn how to use a mic.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Is he off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
Just a terrible idea. Whoever idea was to have him on the show. Terrible.
Yeah, we're never having a producer on the show ever again.
That should be a blanket rule moving
Yup.
forward.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is.
Oh,
He's
there you
already
go.
angry about
There.
that, Tony.
Yeah, there's proof right there.
Corrections.
Go. Yeah, we
why?
know. Go.
You were bashing Shador Sanders for not working out at the combine.
Yeah, it's a disgrace.
Just a total disgrace, bro.
Well, Jaden Daniels didn't throw at the combine last year. So I think Shador Sanders will be just fine.
Oh, yeah? Well, after the show, I'm going to slam my car Shador on your head.
And you know who reminds me of Colonel Sanders? Your mom. Finger licking good.
Oh, great one, Tony.
Yeah,
And,
that's it.
wait, he's still talking. He's still talking. What?
Why? Just go.
You said the Yankees didn't win the World Series because none of their players had beards.
Yeah, bro.
No intimidation factor, bro.
How do you explain the Yankees have won 27 World Series titles? More than any other team by far.
You have a title. World's biggest douchebag.
Yeah. You want to see a Yankee? Look at your right hand.
Oh, great one, Tony. Got him.
Yeah,
And,
that's it.
Here he is. What?
Oh,
What?
What?
You said the inventors of the airplane were the Righteous Brothers.
Yeah, bro.
Legends, bro.
Yeah.
No, you were thinking of the Wright brothers. The Righteous Brothers were a 1960s pop soul duo. You know, the song You've Lost That Love and Feeling? That's them.
Oh, yeah, well, your song is I've Never Given a Woman That Loving Feeling.
Yeah. You know what gives you that loving feeling? Your righteous hand.
Oh,
you're
got him.
done.
He's done. Oh,
You're done.
Great news, Tony. Now we've totally reversed
What?
it. A great booking coming up. Nick Foles and Jalen Hurts, both on the
Wow.
show. Both Super Bowl
Huge.
legends will be here.
Yup.
Hey, don't
Yup.
forget, you rate and review the show on
Yup.
Apple Podcasts.
Subscribe,
You subscribe
to YouTube.
on
Yup.
the YouTube. And you
Yeah.
go to the merch store and you spend
Buy
all
all the
your
merch.
money. And that's what
Yup.
you do. And
That's
Tony,
how
you
you
know
do
what you
it.
did? You did a great job, Tony.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people next week.
See ya.